Well, hello everyone, and thanks again for joining us for IRD Invest today. And today we're exploring the theme, addressing the need for change. Our next presenter is Michael Idle, who's the Group CEO and Managing Director of Openpay, and he's joined by CFO Yusi Nunez. I must make a very special thank you to Michael, who is up in the middle of his night over the other side of the world to join us for today's presentation. So thank you, Michael. So if you don't know Openpay, it's a buy now, pay smarter company that delivers the most flexible buy now, pay later plans in the market with longer terms of up to 24 months and with higher limits of up to $20,000. It's focused on industries where the platform can truly make a difference. And they're things like automotive, healthcare, home improvement, memberships and education, as well, of course, as retail. Today, Michael and Yusi will give us an update on Openpay's unique strategy in the payment solution market. And we'll also discuss how Openpay is innovating in the B2B space, providing fully digitized trade account management via OPY, the company's SaaS platform. So with that, I will now hand over to Michael, who will kick us off and ask that our screen share gets going. Thank you, Michael.
Absolutely fine, and apologies for the technical issues. I'm here in Switzerland, and there may have been a connection problem in between of Australia and here. So good afternoon, everyone. Thanks, Jane, for the introduction, which I haven't heard, but it's a great pleasure for me to introduce our Openpay on today's IR department conference. And just a brief comment on the theme of the conference. I think addressing the need for change is an excellent topic for this conference in an era of ever-increasing customer expectations regarding transparency, regarding the immediacy of delivery and experience and convenience of any product or service, and the expected trustworthiness and responsible approach of their providers. So to use the slightly more binary terminology of a presentation which I've held a few years ago, it's really about innovate or die in the end. The famous example of Kodak versus Fuji some decades back is only one example of many where established companies have failed to listen to their customers and respond to new technological trends, and consequently were either made a dwarf or they disappeared entirely. And in my view, COVID and the pandemic have only accelerated what has been a trend for many years, which is cycles of innovation and adoption at scale have accelerated dramatically. So today I want to talk and tell the story of our company Openpay, which embraces change as its mission, as part of its mission statement, as a constant reminder of our raison d'etre to change the way people pay for the better. And maybe if you can just switch to page 3 to start the presentation. I don't see the switching. Here we go.
We are there.
One more, please. Yeah, wonderful. So starting here on that page 3, for those who are new to the company, a very brief introduction. Openpay provides a responsible and meaningful way to pay with our buy now, pay smarter product in B2C, business to consumer, which is typically larger in value up to $20,000 and longer in duration up to 24 months compared to our competitors. Our product, as you can see here, is interest-free, so no hidden catches and no credit card trap. We offer our plans in verticals which matter to people, including automotive, healthcare, and home improvement. We are here to help people absorbing bill shocks of unexpected and unexpectedly high expenses, and we empower them to take control of their cash flow. This has meant we have been able to carve out a very attractive, increasingly recognized place for ourselves in what is otherwise a busy buy now, pay later market. And we like to provide customers with access to our buy now, pay smarter installment plans based on integration partnerships with large aggregator platforms and ecosystems to scale the business more quickly in all our geographies, Australia, the UK, and from next month, also in the US. And to the right of this page, with our first significant innovation, enterprise suppliers can manage trade accounts for their business customers end-to-end using our B2B product, OPY, which is a fully digitized software as a service platform. Woolworth, as you may know, are the first to have started using this OP Pro product at scale, onboarding thousands of their business customers onto our platform and them transacting in-store and online. And listening to businesses, we have extended our B2B offer from that SaaS platform based on a partnership with Lumi to provide also a credit capability for these trade customers. So if you like a buy now, pay smarter product in B2B. We have lately been able to convert additional B2B relationships beyond Woolworth onto this innovative, unique platform, such as HP, formerly Hewlett-Packard, and Kyriba in the US. So we are a truly diversified global payments fintech, well beyond our great buy now, pay later origins, a problem solver for what people and businesses need to manage their cash flow smartly. Over now to page 4, please. Thank you. There's increasingly a plethora of providers of so-called pay in 4 plans out there, which has also shaped people's understanding of buy now, pay later, which is providing what is essentially cost-free short-term credit for t-shirts and tennis shoes in fast-moving retail, usually for very young people. And to get me right, nothing is wrong with it. It has become incredibly popular. When we look at the consumer market, when we assess the consumer finance solutions and listen to our consumers, we hear that there's a significant void. On the one hand side, there is this pay in 4, which I just described. However, with its short plan duration, it has its limitation for higher value purchases, which usually require longer term installment plans. On the other hand, there are credit card providers or other more traditional consumer lenders who charge in parts horrendous interest rates and can get people into a credit trap. Therefore, our focus is to close this large unmet need in the middle, longer term, higher value installment plans with low fees but no interest, and tailor-made to their use case, which is usually meaningful investments in what people not only want but need. This is our Buy Now, Pay Smarter, a budgeting tool for smart people who usually can afford what they buy, but who enjoy to have their cash flow under control when bills are unexpected or unexpectedly high, such as a routine dental check, which can end in an urgent and expensive root canal treatment over a month. Switching now to page 5, please. We strongly believe that a core principle of how we conduct our business is a value exchange. Only if we can add measurable, distinct value to the customer, the consumer, and the merchant with our payment and lending offer, we have the right to charge fees. And just to illustrate what we mean, for consumers, we promise and deliver the flexibility to spread costs for their investments in their lifestyle over a longer period of time in a fair and transparent way. For our longer term plans, we charge these consumers, a small fee. The benefits of our verticalized installment plans for our merchants, what you see here on the right, are the increase in average transaction value and basket size, and we provide rich insights about their customer preferences to stay relevant for their consumers. We also charge the merchant a fee, and both the consumer and merchant fee contribute around 50% each to our revenue mix. This principle and the fulfillment of this value exchange is paramount for us, as we, different to many other providers in Pay in 4, are clearly committed to create a long-term, sustainable, profitable business. This earns us the right and the means to continuously invest in innovation and better customer outcomes and to stay ahead of our competition. Please to the next page. Openpay, as you can see here with the family, is very clearly positioning itself as a budgeting tool to use for life's important purchases and experiences. You can use our plans, as you can see here, across meaningful areas of your life: pets' medical treatments, your son's braces, your daughter's soccer club membership, dad's unexpectedly expensive car service, mom's evening classes in accounting, and first-time parents furnishing the nursery for their newborn. We are proudly empowering finance-savvy people to be smart about their money and spread payments over a longer period of time. The demographics here, as you see on the bottom right, of our responsible customers ranges across all cohorts, with a median age of around 39 years of age, which is significantly older than most of our competitors. 2/3 of our customers are female, managing the budget for the family. And you also see here the kind of average plan length and average transaction value of our plans across our key verticals. And what I said before, whilst we have focused traditionally on automotive, dental, veterinary, in health, home, and bigger ticket retail, we have responded to the emerging needs of our customers, our community, in other areas of their lives. To give some examples, last year we extended our service to sports memberships and education. And earlier this year, we launched our budgeting tool in hospitals for elective surgery, as more and more people decide to be uninsured or to pay for insurance gaps themselves. Last year, listening to our customers, we have also decided to launch our differentiated product in the US. We have been sizing the opportunity for our industry verticals, which we will focus on, which is worth $830 billion, a massive niche for an unmet need. Particularly healthcare, our first target segment in the US, is not only the largest of these verticals, but one which has been desperately seeking for better payment options. Numerous practitioners and customers in the US told us that neither the typical pay in 4 buy now, pay later products, nor credit cards or consumer loans, with their in parts horrendous interest rates in the US, really offer a good solution for what healthcare providers and their patients really need, which is a better alternative payment option at transparent and affordable rates from trusted providers. Please to the next page. Thank you. To respond adequately to the needs of our customers, it is critical to work with the merchants across all our verticals for them to provide installment plans which mirror their business cycle, which ultimately leads to their service or product for the customer, for the consumer. We work with large individual merchants, but also car dealership or veterinary practice management software providers to incorporate the right plan structures for the customer at checkout. And to bring it to life, if a root canal treatment in dental takes 15 months, we can offer the dentist a 15-month payment plan exactly for the need of their patient. The flexibility of plan structure is greatly appreciated by some iconic brands and household names, as you see them here on that page, such as, for example, Officeworks, Bunnings, or the Hut Group in Australia and the UK. You'll find us also well represented in Australia's leading car dealership management software, Pentana, health booking platform, My Health First, e-commerce platforms like BigCommerce, and many more, such as Premier League clubs and St. John of God in hospital. A vast array of different places where our consumers can use us for their investments in their lives. A great example of our wholesale distribution strategy to scale our business more globally now is our recently announced partnership agreement with easyvet, a leading practice management software platform. In Australia, our two companies have been working together very successfully for years with excellent results for their veterinary clinics and their patients, and for us to get a strong foothold in this health subsector. We have recently extended our partnership agreement to our international markets with easyvet. We have integrated our product into their software to be available to their 1,200 practices. We just launched our product in their UK vet clinics and will go live in the US in mid-October next month. We are also well progressed in negotiating partnerships with dental service organizations in the US to get into broader healthcare to start with, playing to our strength and the needs of the market. This brings me to page 8, please. Thank you. Trust is at the core of our financial service. We enjoy very high Trustpilot scores from our customers across Australia and the UK, but there's always more to achieve. So we take every single feedback which we receive through all the channels very, very seriously and constantly work on providing a better service and experience. We have also received great recognition from some reputable institutions for our excellent business growth in the past years. We have been proudly named by Deloitte's Tech Fast 50 in Australia in 2020 and we have won the 2020 Transaction of the Year award at the Australian Growth Company Award. On my last page 9, please switch one last more time. Thank you. I want to briefly touch on the before mentioned new account management solution for enterprise suppliers and their numerous business buyers, our OP Pro software as a service solution. We see very clearly that expectations for transparency, for immediacy of delivery and experience and convenience are not only very common in consumer markets, but typically creep up the curve into business domains as well, from small businesses up to enterprise. Supported by digitization based on smart technologies such as APIs for the seamless integrations of technical platforms and big data to provide unprecedented insights in real time, service provider into B2B, such as Openpay, need to embrace emerging technological capabilities to innovate and provide simple solutions for complex problems. In the business payment space, there has been a lack of innovation for a long time. Large enterprises still rely on mainframe technology and heavy tech architectures with very limited potential to respond to the ever-increasing challenges of businesses in globalizing economies. Whilst transaction banking and liquidity management solutions provided by banks or payment service providers are often as clunky as the systems which they need to integrate into on the enterprise customer side, Openpay has developed a modern modular digital platform to provide large enterprise suppliers with account management as a service, with very limited effort required for integrations. Traditional plumbing has been replaced by APIs. And for us to add a business credit product from a similarly minded partner such as Lumi in Australia, seamlessly integrated in our SaaS platform to be offered to large enterprises such as Hewlett-Packard, would not have been possible 10 years ago. We are very much looking forward to providing the up to 2,000 large enterprise customers of Kyriba, a world-leading provider of treasury and liquidity management services, to our account management solution as an embedded service in their software, easy to integrate, easy to use. And just of a brief outlook on our vision, Openpay could become the change agent for business and consumer payments, bringing its B2C, business to consumer, and B2B, business to business offer into one end-to-end ecosystem, B2B2C, helping large enterprise suppliers to manage their trade accounts of their business buyers, providing these businesses with credit in an open loop for all their business purchases, and ultimately helping what we are focusing on so far, consumers with our longer and larger payment plans to manage their private budgets and cash flows, addressing evolving consumer and business needs. With that, I want to thank you very much for your attention, and I hand back to Jay now for Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. I think you've nailed the brief on addressing evolving consumer needs. Okay, so on that very topic, so straight out of the gates, what sort of impact do you think COVID-19 has had on revenues and growth rates for Openpay?
Yeah, first of all, I think more broadly across industries, COVID had an enormous accelerating effect on digitization and people kind of paying and purchasing wherever they are, not physically at the moment, but obviously there has been a very, very strong pivot towards e-commerce, and wherever e-commerce digital purchases can play a role. For Openpay, and I remember this very well, in March last year, not a long time ago, we were absolutely shocked, as everybody has been, by what COVID could mean and the pandemic. And we have learned that the flexibility of our payment plans to be able to be consumed in-store and online has done our business really, really well. We have been able to kind of shift some volume from merchants from in-store to e-commerce. We have provided a mobile car service and the respective product to it for people to have their car service not in a garage anymore, but kind of someone coming to their home and supporting this with a flexible product. So overall, I think we have taken a lot of learnings, also how to deal with financial hardship. But from a revenue and from a fraud and credit risk perspective, it has helped us incredibly to get up to the next level.
Thank you. I'm conscious we've got Yusi on the line as well. I'm not sure which of you might prefer to take this question, but just a segue from what you've just said. So have you adopted your credit assessment process when onboarding new customers and merchants in this environment?
Yeah, I'm happy to pass this on to Yusi.
Yeah, absolutely, Jane. Thank you for that question. And that is a discipline that we invest a lot of time and effort into, credit assessment. And we have invested a lot of effort into also generating internal capability as well. So we start assessing internally and managing credit limits, etc. From the point of application for an account with us, and do a lot of work initially ourselves and start allocating initial limits, etc. And we use data a lot from the initial purchase and every single payment or repayment and repurchase that customers do. And we learn a lot, and we graduate our customers' credit limits and account according to the behavior that they do. So we do that a lot. And that journey really, really helps us and the customer as well for us to tailor a lot of the products to our customers' needs. Only once a purchase goes above a certain limit and a tenor do we start engaging external capabilities, such as external credit rating agency, or for doing a bit more hard checking, etc., etc. But we will only do that once or as required, because again, we use our data and the intelligence that we have through our tools to create a profile and really learn about that customer and kind of manage the customer and increase and decrease credit limits accordingly. And that has meant that we have some of the absolute lowest best loss performance, as in terms of the lowest loss rates. And look, it's a question that I get a lot, that when people hear, Michael, you said that you lend longer tenors and larger amounts, that are your losses actually higher? But very interestingly, those are the tenors and parts of our portfolio that have the lowest losses, exactly because of this relationship that we have, that we use not only external capability but internal as well. And if you actually look at some of our metrics around repeat custom, I mean, more than 80% of our plans are from repeat customers, and more than 50% of our customers have more than one plan at any point in time. So that also helps us a lot as well. So we take credit profile and this information very, very seriously, and we make sure that we provide a product, number one, that's appropriate, and make sure that we lend responsibly at the end of the day.
Excellent. Thank you, Yusi. We do have a number of other questions here around B2B, but we're out of time to answer those in this forum, so we might respond to people directly. Thank you very much. Thank you again, Michael, for getting up in the middle of the night in Switzerland to present today, and to Yusi for being there as a wingman. Appreciate everybody persevering with the start of the presentation as well. So thank you, Michael. Thank you, Yusi.